full 9-to-5 job. They respond to President Trump's tweets to say something derogatory whenever possible. And now they've been banned. Allegedly, they bought fake engagement, and they might have fake people following their now defunct accounts. And so on one hand, if they broke this rule, well, that's a real rule. They didn't just get named a hate figure and shoved down the memory hole. But on the other hand, the First Amendment and freedom of speech should be for everyone. Even these two strange-looking little losers. So I'm Tom Pappert. This is the Alex Jones Show. We're in the fourth hour. I'm going to be right back. We're going to talk more tech censorship and some other news of the day.
Just into CNN, Facebook is purging several high-profile names from its platforms. Among them, right-wing conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, as well as his media outlet InfoWars.
President Trump's furious reaction to Facebook's action showcases that he is, I'm sorry to say, the InfoWars president.
Put me into the game, and I'll do a great job. I don't want to use a parallel to the greatest player of all time in the NFL, a certain quarterback with the New England Patriots. But, he could barely get put in college. And even when he finally was put in and did nothing but win, they still weren't sure about him. That's football. When it comes to Americana and anti-globalism, InfoWars as an operation is the greatest player of all time. It's not me. It's all of us together. And the globalists recognize that, and they want to keep us out of the game. So please, for yourself, for myself, for everybody, I don't want them to be successful shutting us down. I don't want them to be successful having them take us off the air. You can stop their deplatforming with text messages, with emails, with word of mouth. It makes them so angry because they can't silence you. The fact that you're resisting them and winning. And they can't stop you supporting the broadcast financially, which so many of you have done. But please, we have the best supplements. We have great t-shirts. We have great books. We have great films. We have great products, thousands of them. And if you'll just go check out the air filtration, the water filtration, all good things you need, and buy some of the products and try them out, that will change the world. I am in your hands, and you are in your hands. We'll hang together or hang separate, as Benjamin Franklin said. Please visit InfoWarsStore.com today, and please continue to support the InfoWar. Thank you.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show. This is the fourth hour. I'm your guest host, Tom Pappert, Facebook's God Emperor Trump. And we've been talking tech censorship. I want to do a little bit more of that. We'll talk about the media, a well-known leftist media outlet allegedly doing exactly what everyone says they banned Alex Jones for. And then I want to talk a little bit about what's going on with the left. These poor, sick people. And I don't mean even necessarily mentally sick. I mean physically ill. My heart would go out to them if they weren't so dang evil. So Twitter has banned the Krassenstein brothers, the two twins, the Twitter trolls who haunt President Trump's Twitter, saying anything they can to make him look bad. Impeach Blumpf seems to be their rallying cry. They were banned yesterday evening. The accounts of the well-known Twitter trolls Ed and Brian Krassenstein were both suspended. The two became famous and infamous for their constant replies to President Donald Trump's Twitter feed, usually with calls for his impeachment. And between the two, they had nearly 2 million Twitter followers and were often the top response to Trump's tweets. And now with their suspensions, we may know why they were always those top response. People would be baffled and scratching their heads. And how come there's always a leftist who gets the top response to President Trump's tweet? They can tweet or respond 5 minutes after Trump's tweet. There can be a conservative with twice the number of engagements, and then bam, there's the Krassenstein brothers with their 50,000 likes. Well, Twitter says they bought that engagement, which is a well-known practice. A lot of people do it. There's a fake or a real thing you can use, a tool that's been released where you can actually see how many Twitter users on any given account, how many followers are fake versus real. And President Trump scores quite well in that, by the way. He has a lot of very real Twitter followers. But according to a Twitter spokesperson, this is what Twitter had to say. Let's just read it that way. Operating multiple fake accounts and purchasing account interactions are strictly prohibited. Engaging in these behaviors will result in permanent suspension from the service. The Krassenstein brothers specifically deny this. They said they never purchased account interactions and never sold usernames or bought usernames. They said they did operate multiple accounts because they had multiple businesses, but they were not used to mislead or manipulate Twitter. And they said that over the last 2.5 years, as their tweets became more and more political in nature, people began posting their phone numbers and doxing them and issuing death threats. And so they had to use these fake accounts because they wanted to keep tabs on the people who were threatening them. That, to me, sounds like an exercise in masochism. But I just want to point out that a week or two ago, the very popular Twitter meme lord, Carpe Donktum, was banned from Twitter, suspended, because he posted a video that showed President Donald Trump and Jim Acosta of CNN in a Old West style shootout scene. It was obviously a funny meme, and it was posted originally in January. But the Krassenstein brothers put it within their crosshairs, and they decided to encourage their followers to report it and get it gone, remove it from the platform. And they were successful. They're pretty much successful. Carpe Donktum was suspended. The tweet later disappeared. I don't think he deleted it, but the tweet disappeared. The video is no longer available. And the Krassenstein brothers were gloating over it. And so that just makes one wonder. This targeted harassment campaign that they led, were they aiding it with the help of purchased engagement? Were they paying somebody to mass report this video so Twitter would take it down and punish the meme maker that President Trump retweets all the time? It does make you wonder. But I also wonder, is this the right way to handle it? I mean, they broke Twitter's rules. They did something that was objectively wrong. Nobody is going to argue against that. But do they lose their First Amendment because of that? Is that the right way to handle it? Maybe instead, delete some of their more egregious examples of using this, delete some of their very popular tweets that were artificially boosted, make them agree to never do it again, and let them have their dang First Amendment. But on the other hand, these are the people who gloat every single time a conservative, a real Republican is banned or shadow banned. They're very happy about it. They think it's the best thing in the world. So I'm not too broken up. I'm just not. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe that's wrong, but I'm not too broken up. So let's turn now to 8chan. It's a free speech image board. Sometimes people will post zany things on there, things that I don't necessarily agree with, things that Alex wouldn't agree with. But, you know, they also post things that we would agree with. They also post things that the left might agree with. And the 8chan founder is speaking out after photos appear to show Vice News reporters breaking into his home. Now, remember what they said about Alex Jones. Just rewind your timeline a little bit if you can. And remember, they said that Alex Jones is sending people to houses of shooting survivors with guns to attack them. Well, that's exactly what Vice News is accused of doing, except instead of guns, they brought cameras going to people's houses. Alex Jones was totally unpersoned, totally deplatformed for this, but when Vice News is alleged to have done it, that's fine. We don't like that 8chan guy. He's an enemy of the deep state. He's a First Amendment advocate, so get him gone. That's fine. Dox him, go to his house with his kids there, take photos, bring a camera crew, break your way into his bedroom. It's fine. It's just fine. And the thing is, nobody can ever substantiate that with Alex Jones. He never said to do that. Never said to do that. But this actually is alleged to have happened. And there's surveillance footage. The guy put up a tweet saying this person with a filmmaking crew just broke and entered into Jim's bedroom and were ordered out of the property. She and her producer have now protected their tweets. In other words, they got allegedly caught. And now they're scared. They realize that this doesn't look good for them. They realize that this is something that crazy people do. That Alex Jones says to do. except he never did. So Jim Watkins, the owner of the controversial free speech 8chan, has released a video on YouTube accusing liberal journalists from Vice News of illegally entering his home in the Philippines. He talked about Nazi Germany and the U.S. treatment of Japanese Americans during World War II in the video as examples similar to the crime committed by these so-called journalists, who he called the equivalent of the brown shirts at his domicile. He said the atrocities of the past could very well happen again if we, as decent, law-abiding folks, allow this sort of behavior to be